These are our neighbors. Every week, I get to interact with people through my YouTube channel about the Air Force. You would be surprised how I get the same question week after week after week, but it's my pleasure to answer that question or those questions, which is why I have this YouTube channel. And today's topic is exploring the Air Force. Is it a good fit for you? And I'm going to just share with you a whole bunch of ideas for the individual that's not in the Air Force but is thinking about joining the Air Force. A lot of people ask, hey, I'm kind of afraid or scared of joining because of BMT. Well, BMT is something that if you go in enlisted like I did, you'll have to go through BMT, and it's really not that bad. You're there with a part of a team, 50 or so guys or gals, and as a team, you will be broken down as an individual and then go and graduate as a team. So you'll be fine as long as you do what you're supposed to: work out, study for your test, be a good teammate. You'll be fine. The next thing is, should I go active duty? Should I go reserve? Should I go guard? Active duty is a great choice. For me, it was the best choice. I did a 4-year contract first, and then I continued. And it was an opportunity for me to leave my home city of Los Angeles and do something different and get that structure and get that work experience, really learn about the Air Force and what it's like. About 10 years later, there was a reduction in force, so I left active duty and I went straight into the Air Force Reserve. And I had heard of the Air Force Reserve, but I didn't know much about that. So my previous video is Air Force knowledge. Know about the Air Force. Know about the options that you may have. Air Force Reserve is the best kept secret. I've said that for many years now. And it gave me a lot of opportunities for me to continue serving part-time, then active duty again, and eventually, it's really what you make of it. The Guard, I'm not really familiar with the Guard other than it's very similar to the Air Force Reserve, but you work for the state. My roommate right now, my part-time roommate in the Denver area, just retired, and he's Guard. He just retired from the Guard. All of us, active duty, reserve or guard, wear the exact same uniform, and you really can't tell the difference just by looking at us, because in uniform we look the same. So there's a lot of similarities, and the benefits are great for every component, whether it's active duty, reserve, or guard. The next thing is my family going to adjust to the lifestyle? If you have a family, especially if you're an older individual that's thinking about joining the Air Force, and yes, your family will adjust. My family adjusted. In fact, I was 24 when I enlisted, and at that time that was a little bit older, but now the Air Force entry age has been increased, enlisted, to the age of 39. And I just say it's the same thing. If you do have a family, they're going to adjust. The question is, should you go active duty or should you do it part-time, reserve, or guard? You have to do what's best for you. That's what I tell people every single week. Explore all the options, ask questions, speak with the recruiter about enlisting or coming in as an officer, and speak with people who definitely have been there and done that. For example, somebody in the service already, or somebody who served in the Air Force, to get their perspective. I think overall recruiters are good people and have that knowledge to share with the individual that's interested in joining the Air Force in whatever capacity. Active duty, reserve guard, enlisted officer. But they also have a job to do. And it's one of those things. Next question is, should I come in open general? What if I don't like my job? Well, that's a risk or a decision that you're going to have to make. I wanted to come in as a firefighter. I came in open general, and basically the Air Force could have said, well, you're going to do this job. Luckily, I got the job that I wanted as a firefighter when I first came in. And then I looked into other opportunities of retraining into a job that would fit me better. Because sometimes you'll get the job that you want, and there are still people who are not happy. Or you'll get the job that you didn't want, and you're always looking at the other side, thinking the grass is greener over there. It really is what you make of it in the Air Force. Think about the Air Force like this. It is a trade, this for that. So you sign up for 4 years or 6 years, active, guard, reserve, whatever you decide, And they're going to use you, they're going to train you, they're going to give you that job full-time or part-time. This for that, what I mean is, by you giving them 4 years of service or 6 years or more, the Air Force is going to give you opportunities, whether it's travel, whether it's medical, whether it's pay, whether it's training, whether it's the VA home loan, whether it's tuition assistance. Again, I've talked about the benefits of joining the Air Force. There's endless benefits. So it's this for that. And I can tell you that the job that I'm doing right now, it's a good job. I don't really love it, but overall I'm still winning in the sense that I'm taking advantage of opportunities, and it's worked out for me. The Air Force, when I joined at the age of 24, 22 years ago, gave me structure, discipline, wisdom, experience, benefits, travel, and I am an individual where I love to take advantage of those opportunities. But at the same time, I love the Air Force, even though the Air Force is not a perfect team. And there are days where I just do my job and I'm like, okay, but I press on with my life. Don't think that the Air Force is always going to be exciting every single day. It's really what you make of it. And for me, it is a job that I really enjoy overall, but at the same time, it's not only my life. I have my life after the Air Force, which is after I leave work. And I go to my life and I do whatever it is that I want to do. Explore the Air Force. Look at all of the options that you may have. Ask questions. Do research. And then in the end, don't be afraid of basic training. Be afraid of not taking advantage of an opportunity that was there. The window will not always be open for us as individuals who are thinking of joining the Air Force to join because of age, because of medical standards, because of the ASVAB, because of the AFOQT, which is the officer for entry as an officer. And then I want to end it with this. Officers are the most common question that I get. And here's what I can tell you. It is a lot of responsibility. It's very fulfilling. There's limited amount of slots to become an officer in the Air Force. I came in enlisted, didn't know anything about being an officer. If I wouldn't have commissioned to become an officer, I had decided that I was definitely going to stay in enlisted, because for me, it was a great way of life. I believe in what we do. It works for me. And yes, there are people, believe it or not, that I get every single week or so that call the Air Force Chair Force, so call the Air Force soft or whatever. But you know what? It's okay, because I am in the branch of service that I chose, that I enjoy, that works for me. It's good. It's a good thing when you have a rivalry with other branches. I do appreciate the other branches as well, but for me, it's the Air Force. And I've learned through this YouTube channel over 4 years now of just not even paying attention to the hater, because there are haters out there that are going to come down on people, on whether it's the way they look, the branch, and the list goes on and on, but it's all good. I'm doing what I want to. The question is, are you doing what you want to in your pursuit of the Air Force, if that is something that you're thinking about? And then one more thing. Let's just say you don't join the Air Force for whatever reason. That could be because you changed your mind or you didn't qualify. Whatever reason. Life is still good. Make the most of it. Pursue your success, your happiness, whether it's in the military or whether it's in the civilian world, because life is really sweet. Now, I'm not saying that every day is like a piece of cake, because it's not, but it really is what you make it, whether you're in the Air Force or not, or in the civilians. So definitely, like I said, do your research, ask your questions, do what's best for yourself, and make the most of it. Take care. Go Air Force.